What's shakin'? Hey, I'm Rick Jordan. Today, we're going all in. This is 7 reasons why you feel like crap. We're going to bust through these today. You ready with me? Let's dive in. All right, the first one. I found this one out years ago, how much this makes a difference when I drop so much weight, and all of a sudden people are like, man, you got so much energy all the freaking time. You know, now I do go to my donuts here and there, which everybody knows, right? I've got this thing, I like donuts, but that's okay. But for the most part, 95% of the time, I eat healthy. I'm intentional, because the first reason why you feel like crap is you're eating the wrong foods. There's foods out there. Sugar, you eat too much sugar, it's going to bog you down. You drink too much alcohol, it's going to bog you down. You're eating like mostly carbs, it's going to bog you down. You eat, actually, even in the reverse, all those that are like, hey, you know what? Let's just eliminate my carb intake. You know what? There's only 2. This is scientific. Look this crap up for real. There's only 2 forms in the mains, right? Between carbs, protein, and fats that actually give your body energy, and that's carbs and fats. You should not eliminate those unless you have some kind of medical condition. But for the majority of people who are listening, I bet you like almost all, you should not eliminate carbs and fats from your diets, but have those in the right amounts. If you want to increase your protein because you're lifting, like I do, I have a higher protein intake, but I still have plenty of carbs and plenty of fats in my diet. That's how I have so much energy. One of the reasons anyways, right? Why I don't feel like crap. And I notice when I do feel like crap, I had a couple of days of eating the wrong foods. Number 2, the reason why you're feeling like crap is because you're not sleeping well. Now, here's another thing that I picked up. Here's a tip on how to sleep well. You got to get your ass out of the bed in the morning. I set 2 alarms. This is how I do this. 3 minutes apart. So like this morning, right? I got up at 6 o'clock. I do that the same time almost every single day. That's another tip for you to sleep well, is you have to get your ass up at the same time every day. The only way you adjust, and this is also, I've had the sleep doctor on a previous episode before. Okay, and the only way that you can adjust or should adjust to get more sleep is to actually go to bed early. So if you need to catch up on something or you're more tired, you should adjust your time at night and go to bed earlier and still get up at the same time, because it gets you in a rhythm. Like this morning, I got up at 6. I had one alarm set for 5:52 and another alarm set for 5:55 a.m. That's right. I don't get up at 4 or 3:30 like some of these Instagram coaches or celebrities that you see. Do what's right for you, but I get up at the same time pretty much every single day. And the other thing that I do besides the 3 minutes apart on the alarm is I get out of bed within the first 5 minutes. If you lay in bed, you risk falling back to sleep. That snooze on alarm clocks of 9 minutes, it's crap. It's horrible, because that's too much time. You can fall back into a stage of sleep by that point in time, and that's why you're groggy, because you lay in bed. No joke. 3 minutes apart, and get out of for alarms, and then 5 minutes. Get out of bed and set your alarms for pretty much the same time every single day, and you will watch yourself start to wake up before your alarm even goes off. That happens so much to me. This is one way that I have energy, and how I don't feel like crap is I sleep well. Because if you're feeling like crap, number 2 is you aren't sleeping well. The third one, I throw this at everybody, and I actually picked this up from Dave Asprey a while back, is my vitamin D levels, because the number 3 reason why you feel like crap is because your vitamin D levels are low. If you look this up, vitamin D controls and it contributes to so many different cellular processes in your body. And doctors and the FDA, screw that. I'm not a doctor, right? But if you look up the Vitamin D Council, it's a nonprofit organization. If you look up the Vitamin D Council, the recommended intake, if you're supplementing vitamin D, is 1,000 IUs per 25 pounds of body weight. So me, I'm 200 pounds. I take actually 10,000 IUs a day, because what I should be taking is 8,000 IUs a day. Unfortunately, I live in Chicago. This is another thing. And if you're in the US, anywhere north really of Atlanta, Georgia, You don't get vitamin D all year round. In fact, in Chicago, we don't get vitamin D from the sun between about the middle of March and middle of September every year. Which means if you're going outside, that's great. We get these amazing warm days in October, in March, sometimes even all the way into November in Chicago. But you go outside, you're not going to get vitamin D from the sun in the majority of America during the winter months. This is also science because it has to do with the azimuth of the sun against the ozone layer of the earth. It's only vitamin B rays, UVB rays, that actually give you the vitamin D with your skin. If those don't get through the ozone, which they don't when the azimuth of the sun is at a specific angle, remember the Earth's tilted and it goes around the sun that way, right? So when it's wintertime in the northern hemisphere, you're actually tilted away from the sun, and this is why this happens. Therefore, you should supplement in order to keep your vitamin D levels. A great metric that I've used, because doctors, MDs will tell you, as long as it's above 20, you're okay, right? When I found this out and I looked at this, mine was a freaking 7 when I got myself tested. And doctors didn't even test me. I went and got tested myself, found this out. Now I keep mine between 60 and 70, 10 times the amount that I was. Another reason why I have so much energy and don't feel like crap all the time is because I keep my vitamin D level up. This is something to get tested all the time, especially if you're supplementing, because there is a time period where you can actually go into toxicity with this. You don't want to do too much, but if you stick to that 1,000 IUs a day per 25 pounds of body weights, you should be okay. Again, get yourself tested regularly, all right? And remember I said doctors will call you okay if you're above 20. The freaking endocrine society, because this is another interesting point about vitamin D, is that it's actually a hormone. It's not a vitamin. It's a hormone. You take this thing and it actually affects so many different processes of your body. Since it's a hormone, the endocrine society in the US actually weighed in and said, you know what? Those regular MDs, those general practicers, those family physicians, they're wrong. We want to see it at 40. We call you deficient if you're under 40. But then, of course, you go into the other things. I know I feel good when it's about 70. And Dave Asprey, as I mentioned, keeps his around that level too. Amazing, absolutely amazing. The number 4 reason why you feel like crap is because you aren't exercising. I feel this a lot. You know what? I just went through something where I tweaked my back about 2 months ago, and I had to wait 4 weeks or 5 weeks to get back into it. My muscles started feeling horrible because they were used to all this excitement and movements and energetic stimulation every single day. I work out like 4 to 5 times a week and it carries over. So the blood was always pumping and circulating through my body, in my muscles, all over every single day because I would exercise so much. Now, you don't have to lift heavy like I do, right? In my off days, I try to just get a walk. No joke. I'll go outside for 30 minutes to try. I'm actually even looking into a treadmill for my office, right? I have a standing desk, maybe an under desk treadmill or something on the side with a laptop holder, so I can do that. But I want to get these steps in every day too, because that's what I'm talking about. When your body moves, when you move your body, blood flows through your body and gives it life. You have to move. As human beings, we are meant to move. If you do not exercise, you will feel like crap. If you do not exercise regularly, you will feel horrible. Number 5 reason why you feel like crap is because you don't drink enough water. Do you hear me? You don't drink enough water. Look, I got it right here, right? If you're watching on YouTube, I got my water right here. I drink close to a gallon a day. I saw this funny thing on Instagram this morning that said, hey, you know what? Live nutritiously or something like that. You need to drink a gallon a day. It's like eliminate the toxicity from your life. Drink a gallon of water a day because you'll be peeing so much that you won't have time to deal with people's drama. I was laughing as I saw that this morning at breakfast. However, water is such an important part to all vital functions of your body again, right? The minimum, I would say, and it varies by size, by water weight of your own body, how big you are, how tall you are, how much you weigh, all of this stuff. But when I read things about, like when Chris Pratt, when he dropped so much weight from being on Parks and Recreation into becoming Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, that dude was drinking an ounce of water for every pound of body weight. So he was up of like 250, right? 250 pounds when he was trying to drop down. He was drinking 250 ounces of water per day. He said he was peeing all the time. I read the article in Men's Health or Men's Fitness, whichever one it was. I don't remember which magazine it was in or online publication, but he's like, I was peeing all the time. It sucked. I will drink at least a gallon of water every single day to stay hydrated, and sometimes it's not even enough. If you're drinking less than 64 ounces per day, you are probably dehydrated, which is why you feel like crap. A simple way to get this in, I figured this out when I was dropping weight years ago. A simple way to get this amount in is, right, my cup right here is about 16 ounces, right? So even like the size of a regular water bottle, like from Ice Mountain or Aquafina or whatever, right? One of those, right when you get up in the morning, drink 16 ounces of water. Then right before breakfast, drink another 16 ounces. That's right. So that's before you even eat in the morning, you've got 32 ounces down. Now, I eat right away in the mornings. I always do. So as soon as I get up, I pound down 16 ounces. Then while I'm making my breakfast, I drink another 16 ounces while I'm cooking my breakfast, which I do pretty much every morning. Like 29 days out of 30 a month, unless I'm traveling, I'm cooking my own breakfast instead of going out. Right? And then before every other major meal, meaning before lunch and before dinner, you drink 16 ounces before each of those 3 meals every single day, so that when you wake up and those other 3, right there, you have 64 ounces, a half a gallon. Just with that one little trick, you can actually get in half of what your intake is if you want to down a gallon every single day. It made it super simple for me because I tied it. This is an important thing in life. If you want to start a habit, form a good habit, tie it to something else that you're already doing. So when I drink water, I tie it to my meals. I'm already eating. I bet you eat too. You could tie water intake to each of your meals and then just sip water the rest of the day. That's it. It's super simple to do it that way. I hope that helps you. That was number 5. You don't drink enough water. Number 6 is going to get deep. Okay, you ready for this? A reason you feel like crap is because you live in fear. A reason you feel like crap is because you live in fear. I'm going to expand on this in another episode because fear is one of the 6 basic emotions, right? But here's something that's interesting. You cannot be scared of the past. You can't be scared of the past. Also, you cannot be scared of the future. It's impossible to be scared of the future. You can't be scared of the past because the past already happened. It's done. And you can't be scared of the future because it hasn't happened yet. There's no way, no possible way for you to know what exactly is going to transpire in the future, because you can realize right now in the present, you have complete control over what's going to happen tomorrow and 30 days from now and a year from now and 10 years from now. It's up to you to choose. Yes, I'm getting pumped up here because you cannot be scared over anything in the past or anything in the future. Fear is an emotion right now in the present. If something is happening to you right now in the present, by all means, be scared. It's a healthy emotion when it's focused on right now. It's meant to do that because fear can drive you to new levels when you feel something like that right now. Fear can actually keep you away from bad things. It's meant to do that when you feel it right now. But it cannot do anything for you according to the past or the future because it doesn't apply. Fear does not apply to the past or the future, only to right now to do good things for you. If you are constantly living in a state of fear right now, you are not choosing to make a change or react to what's coming at you to make a positive step forward, and you're choosing to live in it. If fear cannot apply in the past or the future, that means fear is meant to be momentary, temporary, right now, so that you can do something with your current conditions right in the present, so it doesn't last longer than you want it to. The number 7 reason why you feel like crap is you don't practice gratitude. This is the last one today. You don't practice gratitude. Stuff is always going to hit you. I want you to listen to my voice here. Stuff is always going to hit you in life. Things are going to come up. I talked about this in a previous episode that I used to say that you can absolutely control everything. You can't. That was a stupid way of me. I've grown since then. You can't control everything. There's stuff that can just blindside you, like cancer and all these other things that are just completely out of your control. The majority of it is in your control, though. And still, no matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter because there are still things to be grateful for. There's always things to be grateful for. If stuff is really sucking right now, you're still breathing. If you think things are hitting you hard right now, you probably had a good day last week that you can think of. If you got people in your life right now that are just annoying the crap out of you, there's probably at least one person in your life that you don't want to live without. A reason you feel like crap is because you keep yourself from feeling grateful. You choose to keep yourself from feeling grateful. Today's the day you can shift that. Today's the day that you can actually start writing these things down every single night before you go to bed. Some people keep a gratitude journal, right? Or you can keep it in the notes on your phone. It doesn't matter what, or even just go through it in your mind. It's cool to write it down and actually go back and see these things, because then you can flip through it in those times when you feel like it's the darkest around you, and you can start to read things, because sometimes it's a little hard to think about that when you're deep in the crap. It's a little hard to think about these things, but when you write these down, you can go back and you can start to see, oh man, that's right. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for this in my life. Today's the day you can make a change, and instead of feeling like crap, you can feel good again today and every day forward. Go all in.